Welcome to this yoga core session. It's 45 minutes, utilizing the wonderfully hot weather that we've got at the moment here in London. This incredible heat wave that we're experiencing is pretty good for maximizing flexibility work. So we're going to work a little bit more on the core, but also getting into some deeper stretches for the hips and things as well. Make sure that you do stay hydrated. You're only going to need your mat today. And I'll meet you on the mat whenever you're ready. And taking the feet wide, let's just drop down into a deep squat. And you can move this one because this is the first one that you're doing. So just move from side to side just so that you get into those hips. Just loosen them off. Good. And then we place the hands just down on the floor. Start to lift your sit bones up to the sky, and then holding on to either elbow. We're just going to have a little hang and ragdoll. If you want to take figure 4 shape with your elbows as you sway side to side, you can. Otherwise, you can just come to find stillness. I found a squeaky spot on my floor. One of the floorboards is squeaking underneath my foot. Interesting. All right, take a deep breath in. And exhale. Lovely. We inhale. And exhale. Let's release those fingers to the floor. Begin to roll up through the spine to come to standing. We'll lengthen the arms above the crown of the head and then fold back down to the floor again, rolling through the spine. And let's begin to stretch the backs of those knees as much as you can, just to increase the stretch down those hamstrings a little bit more. And we'll start to walk the hands out, keeping the knees as straight as possible, into a high plank. I'm going to hold here in your high plank. If you want to shift your body weight forward and back, just feel those abs engage as we do this. If your calf muscles are a little tight, you'll probably find this is a bit of a stretch. I'm going to take a deep breath in and exhale. Lift the sit bones high and then press the heels towards the floor as we come into a downward dog. Lovely. So taking a deep breath, begin to press the chest towards the long bones of your thighs. You can take a soft bend in the knees if you'd like, so that we can tilt that pelvis high. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears and begin to squeeze the inner elbow towards your head, towards the ears. So shoulders are pulling down, the arms are squeezing and wrapping inwards towards your ears, and the heels are lengthening towards the floor. We then lift the heels high. Inhale. And begin to roll through the spine, tucking the tailbone under, tuck the chin in as we wave through to a high plank. Lovely. We inhale. As we exhale, take your right elbow towards the right knee and then take it back to your high plank. Exhale. Inhale, right knee to right elbow. Hold. And then exhale, step it back. I'm going to do 4 more of those at that pace. Really slow. We inhale, right knee to right elbow. Make sure that you squeeze the heel towards your glutes and step back. For 3 more. And step back. For 2 more. Step back. And last one. Step back, lift those sit bones high, and we press into your downward dog. So this is yoga core. I'm getting connected with that core right now. We take a deep breath in, through to the belly. And with that ujjayi breath, that slight restriction at the back of the throat, we exhale. Amazing. Lift the heels high. Wave, roll through the spine to come to your high plank. And we repeat the whole thing on the second side. Left knee, left elbow. Keep the heel towards the glute. Squeeze the foot away from the floor. And then we step back. Exhale. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, lengthen. 2 more. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, lengthen. Last one. High plank. And then lift the sit bones high, downward dog. Beautiful. So just focusing on the breath here. The arms are still active. Shoulders pulling down away from the ears. Just notice the back line of those legs opening and lengthening a little bit more each time you come into this downward dog. Beautiful. We're going to roll through the spine, coming out into your high plank again. This time we take right knee center chest and step the foot forward between the hands. Lower the back knee down on the floor. Beautiful. So we take a deep breath in and exhale. Deep inhale. Lift the chest. And then as we exhale, lift the back knee off the floor and begin to stretch that front knee as we lower the back heel down on a 45-degree angle. Deep inhale. Beautiful. One more breath. As we exhale, lift the back heel now off the floor. Square those hips off so the back heel is lining up to the back of the mat. And we press forward into your long lunge. We're going to tent the fingers on the floor. So we're going to lift the palms away from the floor. We then sweep. Right arm up to the sky. Your tented fingers are still on the floor. Your back thigh is lifting away from the floor. We exhale, frame your front foot, step back into high plank, and then lift that right heel to the sky, three-legged dog. We hold here. Let's bend the knee and extend the knee. Bending the knee and extend the knee. We then draw that same knee in to center chest. Step forward between the hands and then bring your left foot forward about hip width apart. We take a deep breath in as we exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze the heel of the hands together, lift the chest, belly's flat to the floor. We then exhale, fold forward, belly connects to the thighs, stretch the knees and reach the arms overhead. Really opening up through the front of that chest. Beautiful. We then release the hands down to the floor. Tent the fingers just in front of the toes. And we step back into a long runner's lunge with your right leg. Lower the back knee on the floor and lift the chest. Beautiful. Deep breath. Really pressing those hips as far forward as you can. So you should be feeling a lovely stretch just on the front of your right hip. Amazing. We then tent the fingers on the floor, lift the palms away from the floor, tuck your right back toe under and lift the knee off the floor. We then sweep left arm up to the sky, belly in, press into the feet, push down into the finger pads. We then exhale, frame your front foot, full palm flat on the floor, lifting your sit bones a little to then squeeze nose to knee. We step back into your high plank, lengthen the spine. We then drive left heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Press your right heel to the floor. Bend left heel to bum and extend. Bend and extend. One more, bend. We then bring left knee in center chest, through your high plank. Step the foot between the hands. Bring your right foot beside left. We inhale. Interlace fingers behind the back of the neck and head. Behind the back. Squeeze the heel of the hands as we lift the chest parallel to the floor, belly in. Soft bend in the knees. And then exhale, belly to thighs. Fold forward, reach the arms overhead. Beautiful. Release the fingers to the floor. I'm going to step your right leg back one more time. Long runner's lunge. We then lift the sit bones high. Place the back heel on the floor as we stretch your front knee. And fold forward. And making sure that your back pinky toes are plugging into the floor. You're spreading your toes wide. And lifting the arch of the back foot. So the feet are still very active. Deep inhale. And exhale. Square the hips off. Long runner's lunge. Back knee comes to the floor. We then shift the sit bones back. Toes towards the face. Fold forward. Half split. And then transfer forward into the long lunge. Back knee lifts off the floor. Turn the back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Left hand inside left foot. And bring your right hand to your hip as we squeeze into extended side angle. We can reach the arm overhead. Press your pubic bone forward to the long edge of the mat and the middle of your shoulder blades back. Good. We inhale. We're going to return through to warrior two. Stretch your front knee and reverse that warrior. We then exhale, circle forearm to knee as we reach over extended side angle one more time. Beautiful. Shoulders pulled down away from the ears. Belly to spine. Sink a little deeper into that front thigh. Beautiful. And then we reach your left fingertips back to the floor inside left foot. Frame your front foot. Step back into your high plank and bring your right leg forward. Back knee comes down onto the floor. Shift the sit bones back, front toes back towards the face. We then exhale, press forward into that front thigh, back knee lifts off the floor. We take your right hand inside right foot, begin to swivel your back foot so it aligns to the back of the mat and bring your left hand to your left hip. Push your pubic bone to the left edge of the mat and we'll finish it off by reaching palm to floor overhead, extended side angle. We inhale for 3. Exhale. For 2. Last one. As we exhale, stay bent into that front knee. Sweep the arms into Warrior Two. Right arm forward, left arm back. We stretch the front knee now. And lengthen right arm to the sky. Reverse your warrior. We then inhale and exhale, forearm to knee, extended side angle. Keep pushing the left hip forward to the left long edge of the mat. Middle of the shoulder blades back to the right edge of the mat. So you're really aligning the spine. One more breath. As we exhale, frame your front foot, step back into your high plank and lift the sit bones high, downward dog. Beautiful. We then exhale, roll through the spine, high plank. Make sure that your feet are now together, and we're going to roll onto the blade edge of your left foot. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Your Vashisthasana side plank. We inhale, separate the legs, and bring them back down for 4. And lift the hips for 3. Lift the hips for 2. Lift the hips, hold for 1. Inhale. And exhale, high plank, lift the sit bones high, downward dog, and take 4 breaths here. Beautiful for 3. For 2. Last one. As we exhale, lift the heels high. We roll, wave through the spine. Make sure that the toe mounds are touching now as we come through to your high plank. We roll onto the blade edge of your right foot. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Lift the chest, squeeze the glutes. Ground down through your right palm. Lift the hips away from the floor. And we lift the leg for 4. Exhale. 3. 2. Stay with me, guys. Last one. Lovely. And place the hands down on the floor. Lower the knees down wide, big toe mounds to touch, and let's take a child's pose. If you want to give your wrists a little wiggle here after those side planks, and go for it. So really focusing on the breath, slowing all the movement down. Often when we come to the mat, we spend a lot of time pulsing and really smashing out high rep ranges. This is the complete contrast to that, so we slow everything down. Beautiful. We then bring the knees together, keep the elbows underneath the shoulders, plant the palms down, and we're going to lift the knees off the floor in a V pike position, so dolphin pose. Beautiful. We're going to continue to pull those shoulders down away from the ears and perhaps look forward to the top of the mat. And if you can, start to walk those toes forward. You should feel this connection with the abdominals and around the shoulder girdle. Inhale and exhale, lower the knees down. And take a deep breath. I'm going to repeat that again. Lift the knees off the floor. Really press those hips up to the sky. Come high on those tippy toes as much as you can. Press the elbows down into the floor. And then lowering the knees wide into child's pose. This time take the feet so that they're aligned with the knees and press the sit bones back. So we start to stretch through the pelvic floor. Beautiful. We're going to come to walk the hands back towards your knees through your tabletop. Tuck the toes under. Bring the knees just in line with the hips. We're going to come through to your camel pose. So we're going to take the hands just at the base of your sacrum or just across the flat portion of your back of the hips. Roll the shoulders forward, back and down. We draw the belly in. Lift the chest as we press the shoulders down the spine towards the floor. Continue to lift, and we move into a little mini back bend. And we then exhale, come to the top, tuck the chin in just to counter that. And then let's repeat this. So chin's parallel to the floor, we roll the shoulders forward, back and down. Press down into the fleshy part of the glutes, back of the hips. Lift the chest and continue the lift so that you arc over. As we exhale, come back to the top. And we'll then walk the hands into tabletop. We take an inhale. And just take little circles around your wrists and around the hips. This is more just to reset the spine after that opening of your camel pose. If you do get a little bit dizzy doing that one, it's absolutely fine. I tend to sometimes. Just allow your nervous system to recalibrate a little. Come back into your body. Good. All right, we're going to step your left leg back now. Sweep your right foot to the left edge of the mat. Maybe bring it just forward slightly. We come down into your pigeon pose and we lay forward, either reaching the arms right forward or you can take your forehead on your hands. Your back leg is still active. You're pushing the top of the foot down into the floor. You then come back up onto the hands. Tent the fingers on the floor. Lift the chest. And a little look up. Beautiful. We then press down into the hands. Step back into your high plank and bring the other leg forward. Just a complete switch onto the second side and folding forward. Just notice the quality of your breath here. Notice where your mind goes to. Just focusing on the breath. If you notice that your mind's starting to get a little busy, trying to work stuff out or getting caught on a conversation that you had this morning, something with work, whatever it was, just let it go and just focus on the breath. Beautiful. We then come back up onto the hands. Tuck the back toe under. We step back into your high plank. And then we're just going to do a little hop forward to come to a seat on the floor. We're going to lift, place the hands underneath your knees, and we're going to extend one leg. Keep lifting the chest, so we're sitting high on those sit bones, and then extend the other leg and back down. So tummy's super tight. Extend and tap the toe, extend and in. So we're really trying to stretch these quads, but keep the chest lifted. So we don't want to extend and drop. You want to keep the knees completely parallel and your foot extends to where the knees are, not the other way around. It's a bit of a challenge. Can be a bit of a challenge. For 3 and 2. Good. And 1. Lovely. Let's extend those legs out to the top corners of the mat. Flex the toes. We reach the arms all the way up. With your peace finger grip, inside big toe, second toe. Fold forward as we pull on those big toes. Forehead releases to the floor. Beautiful. We then sit up, bring those legs together now, ankle joints come together, and we're going to pull your right elbow to your shoulder, your right heel toe to your shoulder for bow pose, archer pose. In we come, and then back. Other leg, and back. Can be a bit of a challenge to stabilize, and through. Foot to shoulder and through. 2 more. Foot to shoulder and through. Last one. And through. We then sit up beautifully tall. Really lengthen those legs as we roll down through the spine. Good. And we lengthen the arms all the way back. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to lengthen your right toe to the sky, and the shoulders are going to come off the floor. So we squeeze, stretch, 1, and back to the floor. Other leg, 2, back to the floor. Good, good. For 3. Both legs are active. Here's 4, exhale, and down and up. 5, exhale, and down. Toes are pointed, ankle is open at the front. Beautiful. 1 more. And good. We'll hug the knees into the chest. Lovely. Just give the hips a little rock side to side if you like. Amazing. And then going to go into Plow Pose. I'm just going to move down a little bit. So we move through into Plow Pose. Shoot the legs over behind the head. Place the elbows as close together behind you as you can. Hands into the small of the back. Let's flex those toes. Beautiful. So from this position in plow, we're going to repeat the same thing that we just did on our back. I'm going to take your right leg up to the sky and then back to the floor. Left leg up to the sky, push the pubic bone forward to your face, lower to the floor. Right leg up and lower. Left leg up and lower. Lovely. Then both legs come up into your shoulder stand. Keep the ankle joints squeezing together. Inside seam of the legs squeezing together. We then gently lower those legs to the floor. Roll down through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Feel that spine lengthening. Beautiful. And then take the feet to the edge of the mat, knees bent, and just rock the knees, windscreen wipe the knees into the center of the mat. Really good. And hopefully, if you do have a tight lower back, you can feel that just release a little. Beautiful. Taking right knee into center chest. We're going to extend that heel to the sky. Lengthen your right leg down to the floor. And just take a couple of circles with the ankle, one way, then the other way, if you'd like. And whenever you're ready, bring the nose to the knee. And then we'll bend that knee in. As we exhale, take the knee over to the right. Still focusing on your Ujjayi breath, that slight restriction at the back of the throat. This helps to calm the nervous system down so that you do access deeper stretches. Beautiful. Coming back to laying on your back, extend the left leg along the floor and the right leg up to the sky. Couple of little circles with the ankle and the other way. And then perhaps pointing the toe or flexing the toe, whichever works best for you to get most stretch. And then we bring the nose to the knee. Beautiful. Bending that knee in, take it over to the left side of the mat and yawn your right arm open. And then coming back through to the center, we'll take the feet again onto the mat, take the soles of the feet together and we'll just drop the knees open. Reaching the arms all the way back through behind the head. As we exhale, we squeeze the fingers to the top of the mat, lift the head and shoulders, and then reaching all the way back. So the key here is, as you come up, we're not pulling the knees together. So we want to totally isolate out of the hip flexors for this exercise so that it's just the core muscles. So we inhale first, exhale, lengthen, and back down, and exhale, back down. Beautiful. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Lovely. Last one. Exhale, hold. And let's just have a couple of little pulses here. So we reach for 10, 9, chins away from the chest, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach all the way back. Bring the soles of the feet back to the floor, the knees together. And if you want to, you can do a little windscreen wipe internal again, if your hips are quite tight with that one. Little counteraction. Beautiful. Then lengthening the legs all the way up to the sky, taking a happy baby pose. So take the hands on the outside of the feet, knees drop down either side of the torso. Make sure that you anchor your tailbone down and also the back of the head and the back of the shoulders down as well. And if you'd like to take this happy baby to another level, take your peace finger grip, index finger, second finger, inside big toe, second toe, and cap it off with the thumb. We're then going to extend your right leg as you bring your left in towards the groin. And then over the other way, extend the left as you bring the right into the groin. So there's this gentle rock side to side. You should feel a very deep stretch on the inner thigh of the extended leg. Now, if you are very tight in your adductors, your inner thigh, you have any lower back pain that's related to being tight in that inside seam of your legs, this can be quite a nice movement. Not only are you massaging the back of your hips, but you're also stretching those legs. Beautiful. And then come back through to your happy baby, still holding on to the big toes. Amazing. Extending the legs up to the sky. And then when you're ready, let's take your Shavasana, your final rest. Just let everything descend to the floor. Just notice your breath. Notice the sensations moving through your body. Notice your energy levels and your thought patterning. Notice too how you're responding to your environment. There's a lot of places that are experiencing heat at the moment. Very hot, high temperatures. Is that having an impact on anxiety levels or frustration levels for you? So as we take a deep breath in, you might want to place your hands just on your belly just to make sure that you are breathing fully. Feel the belly expand. As we exhale, feel your belly drop. Again, deep inhale. We then draw the knees over to the right or left side. And gently roll over onto your side. Press yourself up gently into a seated position and crossing the legs in front of you. As we come to your seat, perhaps take a little roll of the head, just a gentle mobilize through the top of the neck and head. Just notice how your shoulders are feeling now. Find your stillness. Feel the spine lengthen, feel the bones of your hips, your sit bones, anchored into the floor. Taking the arms all the way up, we'll take a fold forward. And you can flutter your eyes open if you'd like. Before we roll all the way up through the spine. Little shoulder roll. Have a wonderful rest of your day.